Hello everyone, this video is for grade 11, day 22, chapter 2, and the topic is relation and function. This is the last video of chapter 2. So please subscribe the channel, like the video, and in case of any doubt, write it in the comment box. Till then, till chapter 2, from chapter 1 and chapter 2, if you have any queries, you can write a mail to me, the list of question, or also you can write it in the comment box. And you know that the link of all the notes are there in the description part of the video. So let's start with, here in this video we are going to learn about to find the domain and range of the real function, right? So there's a function f from a to b, which we call function f such that a to b. Then set a is known as the domain of all the function, and set b is known as the codomain of the function f. These are the basic things which we have already studied earlier, right? Also, the set of all the f images of all the elements of a is known as the range of f. Thus, the range of f is denoted by fa. So these are the basic definition of domain, codomain, and range. Let's try to find out from the given questions how to find domain and range if the question is given. Find the domain and range of the real function fx equals to x square. So we are only dealing with the real function over here, so that you need to keep in your mind. So fx equals to x square is the given expression. Now fx means the value of y, and y equals to x square. I can write this fx as like this, right? Clearly, if you have to find the domain, you see the value of x. What can be the value of x in the given expression? Now the value of x, this fx, for a value of x can be anything, because this fx is defined for all x which belongs to real number, right? So the domain is going to be f. As simple as that. For domain you see the value of x, for range you see the value of y. For which value of x the function is defined, that gives you the value of domain, and the value of y for which the function is defined will give you the value of range. So there are only two simple rule to find domain and range. So from the given expression, whatever will be the given expression, this will give you the value of domain. That is, from seeing this equation, it is very simple that for all the values of x which belongs to real number, you can get the value of y, isn't it? So fx is defined, so the domain f is going to be R. Talking about its range, first of all, convert. For range you need to write this equation in terms of y. So what I did over here is that if I'll do the square root to both the side, I'll get x equals to plus minus root y. So here what I'm doing is I am equating it with y. Now clearly x is not at all a real number. You need to find x is not at all a real number for negative values of y, because if under the root, if there will be a negative value, it will give you an imaginary number which is not a real value of x. Therefore this function is not defined for negative values of y, isn't it? This function is defined for all values of x, but this function is not defined for negative values of y. Therefore range will be set of all non-negative real numbers, that is from 0 to infinity. This will be an open bracket because and this will be a closed bracket, because we are including 0 also. So on 0 also we can define it, that will give you a real number, but the moment we'll get the negative number, that in that case we will not get the real numbers. That's why this function is not defined for negative number. So it will be, range is going to be the set of all non-negative real numbers. So domain is going to be this and range is going to be this. So by this arrow diagram also you can see that, right? So the domain is going to be any number, but range, as you can see, that every time you are going to get only positive numbers, because the equation is y equals to x square. This is we call as domain, and this is we call as range, for which we find the perfect image, right? So as you can see that we are going to get always a positive number. So for negative numbers it is not defined. So this is a way to calculate. This I have drawn, this you need not to draw in the question. This I have drawn over here just to make you understand that whatever I have found it using the expression, is it right or not. So if you draw the arrow diagram also, you will see the same thing. So this I have drawn for your reference only. This you are not supposed to draw in the exam until and unless it is not being asked, right? So let's see the second question. Again, remember what I have taught you, we have to use only 2 rules. Now there are 6 questions which I am going to solve over here, in which every question I have to find the domain and range. So I'm going to solve all the 6 questions one by one in this video. So the first one is fx equals to 1 by x minus 3, right? It is very clear that fx is not defined when x minus 3 equals to 0, because if the denominator will become 0, then definitely we'll get infinite, and we don't want that. Therefore if x minus 3 is 0, fx is not defined. So we have to find the value of such value for which the given function is defined, right? This can be written as, this function can also be written as y equals to 1 by x minus 3. It's the same thing. Now definitely for x equals to 3 this function is not defined, but for other rest values of x it is defined. Then definitely the domain is going to be r minus 3. Only we have to subtract 3 because from the real number, because for all the real numbers it is defined. Only for x equals to 3 it is not defined. So therefore its domain is going to be this. Whenever you get question in the form of fraction, always equate the denominator with 0. From there you can get the value of domain by excluding that particular value. As you can see that from here I got the value of x equals to 3, so I have excluded that 3. For all the real numbers apart from 3, we can define the domain, we can define the function. So the domain is going to be r minus 3. Talking about the range, the same f x equals to 1 by x minus 3 can be written as y equals to 1 by x minus 3. Now again range, for range we have to write in the form of y. So I can write x minus 3, if I'll cross multiply equals to 1 by y, isn't it? So x equals to 1 by y plus 3. So it will be I can take y as the LCM, then I can get 1 plus 3y. Also it is very clear from the given expression that the function, this function is not defined if we get y equals to 0. So y should not be equals to 0. Apart from that, for all the real values it is defined. So the range is going to be r minus 0, right? The next question, fx equals to under root x minus 1. Now it is very clear that if we take any number, if x minus 1, if you get, another tip is that if you find any number inside the root, then equate that particular expression with 0. It should be greater than 0, then only it is defined. If the entire value is lesser than 0, then under the root you will get negative number. In that case you will not get the real number. That's why for that particular value the function is not defined. For example, inside the root we have x minus 1. So for real values, entire value should be greater than 0. So it is not defined, the function is not defined when x minus 1 is lesser than 0. Why? Because if it is lesser than 0, we will get minus inside the root, and in that case we will get imaginary numbers. That's why fx is not defined when x minus 1 is lesser than 0. That is, if you will shift 1 to that side, that is x is lesser than 1. For x lesser than 1, you will not get this, right? Therefore, I can say that fn is defined only when x is greater than equal to 1. Because for 1 also you will get 0 inside the root. In that case also you will get 0, which is a real number, and for other values also you will get something which is a real number. So fx is defined only, the given expression is defined only when x is greater than equals to 1. So the domain is going to be like this. 1 is the closed bracket and infinity is under the open bracket, right? Talking about the range, again I can write y equals to under root x minus 1, and I have to write the function in terms of y for range. For domain, I have to write the given function in terms of x. For range, I have to write the given function in terms of y. So I can write y equals to root x minus 1. If you will square both the side, you will get this. So x equals to y square plus 1. It is very clear that I can put any value of y over here. In every case, the square of any number is always positive, right? So the square of any number is always positive. So for any value of y, definitely this function is defined. We can define the function. In every case, we are going to get the real number only. So the range is going to be r, because in every case we are going to get a real number. So the range is going to be r. The next question is fx equals to under root 9 minus x square. Clearly fx is not defined when, again I said that whenever you get a question inside the root, equate this with it should be greater than 0, and the function is not defined if the entire value is lesser than 0. So the function fx is not defined when 9 minus x square is lesser than 0, right? So that means the function is defined only when 9 minus x square is greater than equals to 0. So if x square minus 9 is, because I have changed the sign, can you see over here, this is greater than equals to 0. So what I did, I have multiplied the entire with a negative sign. So in case of sign, when we multiplied it by a sign to both the side, then what happens is this sign changes. So it was greater than equal to, it become lesser than equals to, right? Because earlier the x was negative, now the x is positive, and here the 9 was positive, and now that is 9 is negative, because we have multiplied the entire by a negative sign. That's why this sign changes to this. So this point you need to be very careful. Now if you'll shift this 9 to the RHS side, it will become x square is lesser than equals to 9. Then x will be lesser than equals to plus minus 3, which means that x should be lesser than 3 and x should be greater than equals to minus 3, which means as you can see that there is an equal to sign over here. That means x belongs to this particular interval, that is minus 3 to 3. So the domain of f is going to be minus 3 to 3, which means that for this value only the function is, from minus 3 to 3 only the function is, we can define the function. You can check it as well, because we have 9. So if you put any values of x in between minus 3 to 3, then only you will get the solution. If you will put 4, then also you will get an imaginary number. If you put minus 4 also, you are going to get an imaginary number. So the function fx is not defined. Only between minus 3 to 3, if you put x value, then in that case only this function is defined. That's why the domain is minus 3 to 3. I hope this is clear. If there will be 25 over here, then in that case what will you do? It will be minus 5 to 5, right? Again, in case of range, if you see that for each value of x belongs to minus 3 to 3, this fx will have a value in the interval 0 to 3 only, right? Because if you'll put minus 3 or 3, whatever the value you are going to put, every time you are going to get the value 0 to 3 only. So from here itself we can say that the range is going to be 0 to 3. If you wish, you can equate by f equals to under root 9 minus x square, then y square equals to 9 minus x square, and likewise then x square equals to 9 minus y square. Likewise you can equate it and you can get that. So every time you will see that you are going to get a value between 0 to 3 only. So therefore the range is 0 to 3. The next one is fx equals to 1 by 1 minus x square. Clearly fx is not defined when this will be going to be 0, because this is the denominator. So 1 by x square equals to 0, that is x equals to 1, therefore x equals to plus minus 1. So the range value is domain is going to be, we need to subtract all the values, the minus 1 and 1 from the real number. I'm not talking about the interval over here. As you can see that here I was talking about the interval, which is minus 3 to 3. So all the values in between minus 3, because I have added this bracket over here, the large bracket. Here I am using middle bracket, which shows that minus 1 and 1 are the two elements. Here it talks about the interval. Here it talks about the two different elements. So apart from -1 and 1, domain can be any real number. So I am just subtracting -1 and 1 from the real number, which will give you the domain. Right? So I hope you understand the difference between this symbol and this symbol. These are the very minute things where we do normally common mistakes. So that's why I thought to remind you of that. So again, I can write y equals to and now for the range I have to write the function in terms of y. So if you'll write the function in terms of y, you will get this. Now again, clearly the function is not defined because this is under the root, therefore it should be if it is lesser than 0, then definitely it is not defined. So if you'll put this 1 by y to the RHS side, then it will become y should be lesser than 1. So the range is going to be all the real numbers, but y should be greater than equal to 1. It should not be lesser than 1. So here, as you can see that here I have included 1 also, because from here the function is not defined for any values of y which are lesser than 1. That means it can be 1, it can be greater than 1, but it should not be lesser than 1. In that case only the range is defined. So I can write it like this. The fifth one is fx equals to x squared plus 2. Clearly that the function fx is defined for each value of r, because you can put any value of x over here and you can get the solution, right? Therefore the domain is going to be all the real numbers. For all the real values of x, the function is defined, because in every case you are going to get a real number. Talking about the range, again I have to write this y, I have to write it in form of y. So y equals to x squared plus 2. I'll move this 2 to the LHS side first, and then I can get this expression. Clearly the function is not defined if y minus 2 is lesser than 0, because this is under root. If we get negative under the root, it gives the imaginary number, but we have to work only with the real numbers, right? In case of domain and range, we have to deal with only the real numbers over here. So therefore y minus 2 should be lesser than 0. In that case it is not defined. That means y should not be lesser than 2. So the range is going to be all the y which belongs to real number, but it should be greater than equals to 2. It should not be lesser than 2, because if it will be lesser than 2, in that case we are going to get a imaginary number. That's why y should be greater than equals to 2, and likewise in terms of interval we can write it like that. If you don't remember, if you cannot recall about the intervals, how to write the intervals, then you can refer my previous video where I have explained about the intervals. So from there you can refer it. And the last question is fx equals to minus mod x. Clearly the function fx is defined for each x belongs to real number, because I can put the value of x anything, and in any case I am going to get the real values, isn't it? So the domain is going to be R. Also minus mod x is either 0 or a negative real number, isn't it? Because minus sign is over there, so either it can, whatever number you will write it inside the mod, because negative sign is outside, you are going to get what value? Negative values only, and for 0 you will get 0. So the range is going to be all set of non-positive real numbers, so it's going to be minus infinity to 0. 0 can also be included, because for values of x equals to 0 you are going to get 0. For x equals to 3 you are going to get minus 3. For x equals to minus 3 also you are going to get minus 3, because minus sign is outside the bracket, right? So that's why I hope mod means whatever value you are putting inside the mod, it's going to give always a positive value, right? So minus 3 mod will be 3 also, but the negative sign is outside, so it's going to give you a negative value. That's why the set of all non-positive real numbers is going to be the range. And the last question, that is I have to find the domain of the real function fx equals to x squared plus 2x plus 1 and x squared minus 7x plus 12. Now in that case, whenever you get question like that, equate the denominator part with 0, because that should not be equals to 0. If this will be equals to 0, then in that case you will not going to get the real function, right? So the function is not defined when the denominator will be 0. That means if this will be equals to 0. So by using middle term split, I have factorized it. From there I got the value x equals to 3 and x equals to 4. So clearly I'll just subtract from the real number. R means real number, right? So domain f is going to be r minus 3, 4. Remember 3, 4 is not the interval. 3, 4 are the two different elements. Inside the curly bracket I have written 3, 4. That means 3 and 4. Except the value of 3 and 4 of x, for all values of real number, this function is valid. So that's why I have written. So based on today's lecture, I am going to give you few assignment questions which you're supposed to solve. So these are the assignments question. Please solve it and get back to me. If in case of any doubt, you can get back to me. You can write your views in the comment box. The link of the notes are there in the description part of the video. Please like the video and subscribe the channel. Thank you everyone. Take care.